younger generation, I think we're about to see the biggest movement of young people under the age of 25 that we have seen since the civil rights movement. So y'all heard it here first. I have just made a huge prediction. When Time Magazine and Fortune Magazine is talking about it, you be like, and on July 26th, Janine said it first.
I agree with you. I mean, the young people are the future, and the workplace is more diverse than it's ever been. And as we bring in new generations, there's a different needs that generations have. And I'm also finding that, the younger generations are more bold, they're more courageous, they're speaking up, they're making demands, and I love to see it.
I tell people, Generation X and baby boomers, you better watch out. If you are unwilling to look at your culture and be honest and make significant change that aligns with the values, not only your company core values, but the values of your employees, you are going to be in a tough situation in the marketplace. And I have a big question for you, Latesha. When we think about allyship and we're talking about these different generations in the workplace, and can men be allies to women? Can Black women be allies to Asians? Can white women be allies to Black women? Can Christians be allies to Muslims? If I am enabled to run up and down the hall, can I be an ally to someone who is confined to a wheelchair? Is it true? Can we actually be allies to one another across our differences? And how do we do it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the way that we at Perfecta really talk about and define allyship is anyone can be an ally, right? No matter, race, ethnicity, age, sexual orientation, whatever. But if you have a privilege that someone does not have, you can extend your privilege, you can extend your power to provide access to build a path of equity for that individual who does not have that. It doesn't matter what role you're in, right? And so when I come in and facilitate allyship trainings, not only am I talking to the executives in the C-suite, I'm talking to the person who might be 1 year in their organization. I'm talking to that mid-level manager. I'm talking to someone who maybe doesn't even have a team, but they are supporting customers that are from an underrepresented community. In order for someone to really recognize who can I be an ally to, it's so important to have a level of self-awareness and to really spend time reflecting on what are my personal identities, what are the identity groups that I belong to. Based on those identities that I have, which of those identity groups are a part of a social dominant group, right? And so, if I were to break this down from, race and gender and all of that, right? We know that the social dominant group for race is white. The social dominant group for gender is male, right? The social dominant group for, the sexual orientation is someone who is straight. Based on that, you have the ability to be an ally to someone else, right? Knowing that I am able-bodied, I can be an ally to someone who has a disability. Knowing that English is my first language, I can be an ally to someone whose first language may not be English, and so on and so forth. So, there's a lot of different ways we can really slice and dice who we can be allies to, but it's so important to have that awareness to recognize, where do I hold the power? Where do I hold the privilege? And then how can I spread it and share it with someone who does not?
I like that. You said allyship is the practice of using your privilege to support and advocate for underrepresented groups, or maybe even marginalized groups. So the numbers aren't there, and then you're being treated as if you don't add value or have a sense of belonging in the workplace. I really like that.